Good morning, class. Today we're going to be talking some more statistical measures the center, basically words that you and I can understand. We will be able to determine the median, mode, and range given a set of numbers today. Briefly put, when we're talking about median, we'll talk about the measure center as a measure that describes a typical value of a data set. This mean is one type of measure of center. Here are two others. Median. Median is basically the center of a set of value numbers. For example, when given this set of numbers 5, 8, 9, 12, and 14, you put them in order from least to greatest. And since there's an odd number of data values, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's pretty easy to find the middle. The middle would be 9, so the median is 9. When giving a set of numbers that has an even, for example, this one down below it, 2, 3, 5, 7, 10, 11, you got an even number of values, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So in that case, you have to find the two middle numbers, which would be 5 and 7. Then what you do is you add them up. 5 plus 7 is 12, and you divide them by 2, and the value is 6. So the median would be 6 in this instance. Okay, the mode. The mode is the number that shows up the most. Okay? In this one down below, you got 11, 13, 15, 18, 21, 24, and 24. You got two numbers that show up the same. You got 15 that shows up twice and 24 that shows up twice. So in that situation, you have two modes. Okay, the last thing I want to talk about is range. For range, you take the largest value number and you subtract the smallest value number. Okay, so those are the three simple things that we are going to be working on today. Okay, so in our first example, I want us to find the median of bowling scores. Yes, some people still call that a sport. I don't know who does, but let's figure out the median and mode of these bowling scores. Before we do anything, we have to put these numbers in order from least to greatest. So go ahead and press pause, get out your piece of paper, and write them down right now. As you can see, I've written down my numbers, or actually I had the computer do it because I'm that cool. But the numbers are in order from least to greatest. You also notice that there's an even number of value sets. There's 10 numbers. In the bowling scores, there's 10 numbers here just to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They are all there. So what that tells us, it's going to be a little bit harder to find the median. Not so hard that we can't do it. Sit back down and we'll show you. You find the two middle numbers. Okay, in this situation, it'll be 135 and 145. You add them together, and we will divide them by 2. 135 plus 145 equals 280. You divide it by 2 equals 140. So therefore, our median would be 140. Okay, mode. Mode, which number shows up the most? Well, looking at all the data, I only see one number that shows up more than one time. That would be 160. So 160 would be the mode. Now, something that's not on the sheet that I'm going to ask you to do right now is the range. Okay, remember we said the range is you take the highest value and you subtract the lowest value. So I will give you some time to do that. Go ahead and press pause. So our largest value is 205, I believe. So we're going down 205 and we subtract 90. Doing the math, that would make an easy, 115. And you can't see that. And it's upside down. That is awesome. There we go. I'll get a hang of this sooner or later. So that's how you do range. Okay, and just so we know that you are watching these videos, our first thing that you have to notice is Burger King. Capital B-U-R-G-E-R, capital K-I-N-G. That is your first answer on your homework. Okay. Let's move on to another example. Okay, for this one, I want you to go ahead and look at these numbers, find the median, mode, and the range of these numbers, please. Go ahead and press pause and go ahead and complete this. Okay, so if you copy down the numbers in order, it should look something like this. If you want to count them up, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 numbers. 7 numbers is going to make it an easy one, because now we just have to find the middle number. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's your middle number. 89 would be called our median. Find the mode, the number that shows up the most. 95 shows up the most. That would be our mode. And our range, 100 minus 80 would equal 20. So our 20 would be our range. That's it for that one. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to find the mode of our favorite types of movies. We asked, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 24 different students what their favorite movie was, what comedy, horror, drama. And now we have to figure out what the mode is. The mode is simply the favorite. So what we do in this situation is we would make a tally chart. So I'm going to start like this by making a tally chart. So as you can see, we're going to start making our tally chart. Every chart I told you has to have a title. And everything's capitalized. You see that? Yes. Make sure your labels are capitalized. Okay. Now, I made that. Now, all we have to do is fill in the tallies. I'm just going to go down the list. You probably already did this. Comedy was the first one. Horror. Comedy. Action. Horror. Comedy. Horror. I have to remember I put 2 in action that didn't deserve to be there. Drama had 2. Comedy. Drama. Comedy, action. Comedy, action. Okay, so now I know I only have 1 more action I have to redo. And then I have 2 horrors, 2 actions. Comedy, horror, action, drama. Comedy, horror, action, drama. Okay, when we get done, our chart should look like this. Comedy having 8 votes, horror having 7 votes, action having 5 votes, and drama taking in 4 votes. So the mode for this one would be comedy. Easy peasy. Okay, so what I want you to do now is I want you to make a tally chart finding out the favorite colors in the class. You have all the colors underneath right here. Go ahead and press pause. Make yourself a tally chart, please. I'm going to give you a couple seconds. Okay, as you can see, we are going to make our favorite tallies charts of our favorite colors. Okay, so I made my chart. Okay, I'm going to turn back so I can see the colors. I got blue having 1. Green gets a vote. Purple. Blue. Green. Pink. Purple. Blue. Green. Purple. Blue. Blue. Green. Pink. Blue. Blue. Green. Blue. Green. So, when you are done, your tally chart should look like this. Okay? What's our mode? Blue, obviously. Showed up the most times. Okay, very good. Okay. Okay, our next restaurant that we have is Culver's. Capital Culvers. I know some of you probably guessed and said McDonald's by now, but that's when we'll see who's watching these videos. Okay, we're going to move on now. Okay, let me see if I can pause this just for a second. Okay, next thing I want you to do is I want you to figure out the mean, median, and mode of the sticker prices. And then we're going to determine which measure best represents the data. Okay? I'm going to let you press pause, look at the picture, and want you to find mean, median, and mode. I hope you remember how to figure out mean. Remember, mean is basically the average, add them up, divide. Okay, so you have everything you need. Go ahead and press pause and go ahead and figure it out. Okay, so if you did mean, you must have added up all these numbers by now and got 388. I hope you divided by 8. You should have came up with $48.50. Well, if you came up with $48.50, you are a rock star. Next thing I told you to do is find out the median. Median, put the numbers in order from least to greatest. Like this. There's an even number of shoes. There's 8 pairs of shoes. So there should be 8 numbers. A little bit more difficult, but I knew you could handle it. You added the 2 middle numbers up. 37.45 got 82 or $41. Okay. Next thing you have is the mode. Which one is the most? Shows up the most. Well, we got 2 pairs of shoes at $20. So mode would be $20. Now, let's look at our numbers. You got $48.50, $41, or $20. Which of these would be the most accurate representation of these shoes? Well, in order to do this, we could make a dot plot. Let's look at this dot plot right here. Well, 20. If you were going to go in for a pair of shoes and you said, oh, the mode is 20, so that's the most accurate one. Well, there's not exactly a lot of shoes that are priced at around $20, is there? So that really doesn't tell us or represent the data the best. The next number would be, let's look at the mean, $48.50. Well, there's only three shoes more expensive than that. So that one really doesn't show it. 41 though, 41 is like right in the middle of all the shoes. Right? $41 would probably represent the data the best if you were going to go in and buy yourself a new pair of sneakers. So in this situation, the median represents the data the best. It's not always the case, but in this situation, it was. Okay, now for a little warm down activity, I want you to figure out the mean of these numbers. Okay, so go ahead and press pause, because I don't want to sit here waiting for you. I would wait all day for you, though. But go ahead and just press pause, and I want you to find out the mean of these numbers. I just thought I'd play a little bit of music for you while you do it. Okay, so if you found out the mean of all these numbers, you should have came up with 5 for the first one, 24.4 for the second one, 48 for the next one, 31, 83.5, and 16 respectively. Okay, so today we learned how to find the median. Remember, if it's an even number, you have to find the 2 middle numbers and divide by 2. We figured out how to find mode, and we figured out the range. And we also got a little review of the mean in. You guys were busy today. You should be proud of yourselves. Okay, this is the last restaurant you have to write down. The last question. McDonald's, capital M-C, capital D-O-N-A-L-D-S. Okay, once again, thank you for watching the video. I hope you learned something. Now remember, if you have any questions, email your teachers. Don't guess or don't just not do it. That would not be cool. We are here to help you. Hope you enjoyed the video. Have a great day.